Okay, as we're moving here, let's take a look. Low bridge. Oh. And see where I left the bike. Okay, bike's in 800 meters. Not like that's gonna help us. Just gotta remember to pick it up. It's actually gonna make things worse. Gotta be careful here because everything, now it's like wet, like there's way more vegetation. And everything is wet because the sun is now melting all the frost off the trees. And then I will potentially get water on the camera. The nice thing is I can ditch my water bottle on the bike when we get to it. So you can see kind of the outline of a road here that people were driving through here at some point. Maybe as the bridge started to deteriorate, then people packed it in, but I'm not sure why it wasn't used as part of the logging. I don't know, because you see other trestles that were still being used and they're driving transports over them. So I'm not sure what the story was here. A lot easier to walk this way so I can see where I'm going instead of walking into the sun. You can see these are all tamaracks here. Tamaracks, a species of larch. Got all the needles in my mouth. It's one of the few deciduous trees that loses its needles. And so you can see that they've actually lost their needles. Last week they were this very brilliant, they were at kind of peak. They were this brilliant shade of yellow, very beautiful. But now they've lost their needles. So you can see why it would have been better if I didn't have the bike, if I would have known. Because you could walk through this stuff, but trying to drag the bike through here is very challenging. So they were doing some logging here, right? You can see the piles of logs here. I didn't see that this morning. Probably wasn't paying attention. Let's give the lens another wipe here. So you can imagine when we pick up the bike how difficult it is, because I have to try to maneuver the bike around all this crap. There were some very, very choice words being said. I won't repeat them because we try to keep this on the family friendly side, but I was not happy, as you can imagine. It might be a little bit easier with the bike going this way because at least I can see where I'm going. Like, especially when I first started out, that sun was right in my face. I couldn't see anything. Even with the glasses on, it was just like all just washed out. See, if I was just walking, it would have been fine. I know, I'm complaining. I wish I would have actually ditched the bike earlier But again, you keep hoping like, oh yeah, it'll clear up, it'll open up, I can, I'll be able to ride the bike. Never happened. Except for that first little section there by the where we started, by the first trestle. Ow. See, if you hear the traffic still. Like, we're not right close to the road, but okie dokie, we gotta do something here because we ain't getting around there. What a pan of butt. Now, the one nice thing that's helping us out a bit here is that it's been super dry. Got a little rain. Ironically, on Thursday night, because I was at football, and it rained the second part of the game. But like the month of September, we had like 6 millimeters of rain. So it was very, very dry. We've gotten maybe like 25 or so this month, but a little wet spot there. Not making up for the precipitation deficit here. So lots of areas are extremely dry. So you can see this is just a mess here with all these alders. And again, a lot of these appear to be new, right? Like the alders grow super fast. How much further do we have to go? Well, there's the highway again. Man. Still have 400 meters to go. Can't move very fast in here. So you can see we're now getting into the swamp. And this is what it's going to be like. So this is basically the geography through here. It's just essentially shield country, where it's just muskeg and swamp. All right. So again, you can see how badly grown in the grade is with all these alders, and like you can't even walk on it. And again, it didn't look like that. Now, mind you, the 2020 aerials are, we're not looking at, megapixel resolution here, but it didn't look like this. See all the transports? And here you can see, right, again, how you can see a lot of the original ballast on the line. So again, indicating that there wasn't a heck of a lot of traffic on here, because you'll see other parts where they've basically put down granular and stuff like that on top of the grade. So you can see it up here, right? You can see all the granular, right? All right, so this just looks like the grade as it used to be, right? Reminds me a lot of the other railway line that I've been working on recently, the Kinghorn, the former Canadian Northern Railway line to the east of Thunder Bay. Whoa, that was almost a rolled ankle there. I already spent my last evening in the emergency department. Don't need to go back. My younger son took a helmet in the leg in his football game, so I had to hang out the emerge and make sure it wasn't broken. Likely just a really bad contusion. This is the frustrating part where you have to keep weaving back and forth to find the path of least resistance here. And again, if I was just walking, it was one thing, but once we grab the bike, it's going to be a whole nother problem. And again, this area isn't bad. It gets worse by the station that we're heading towards, which is Linko. Linko makes me think of Plinkle. Do you watch any Price is Right? So, again, talks to you a little bit about the effort that was expended in constructing this railway line. Not particularly easy, right? You're literally building through swamp. Again, this is a little bit higher area, not terribly, right? You can see standing water over there, but compared to some of the other areas we're going to go through, this is actually not bad. All right, let's keep going here. We had to make an unexpected pit stop. The battery died. I was hoping that we could make it to the bike before it did that. But it is what it is. Oh man. And this is not even an easy place to walk through. Because it's not like it's you know, you got these big growth of trees and you can just sort of wander in between the trees. It's just like all of this garbage, these alders and things that have grown up, and you're just trying to weave in between them. Bike should be just up ahead here. What does that say? 97 meters. And then the fun starts, because then I have to lug the bike around. Still see some of the frost. What is this? Why is there a random chunk of concrete here? Oh, this is, cool. So, this is one of our neat little things here. I'm guessing, does it have the, yeah, it's got the metal plate on it. So this is, we've looked at some of these before. I'm just trying to get a good angle here for you guys to see. So these are these rail holders, and there's usually two of them, right? There's one and then there's another one. And these things were spaced about every mile on the line, because we just saw we just saw a few of them last week. Get my mouth matching what I'm trying to say here. Here's the other one. Right, so here's the other one right here. It's all deteriorated, it's all coming apart. So anyway, so these things were spaced about a mile apart on the grade. And basically what they were designed to do, I'm guessing this was a Grand Trunk thing, because I haven't seen this on any other rail line. So they were spaced about a mile apart. They're these little triangle shaped things of concrete. They have a metal plate on the top, and then what they would do is they would place lengths of rail on them. And the idea was that they would have pre-spotted rails along the side of the grade, so that when they needed to replace rails, they had them on hand. They didn't have to bring them with them. So I just have to mark this. This looks different from it. Looks bigger than the other ones that I've seen. Take a picture too. Okay, let's resume our journey. So that was kind of a neat little thing in this sort of sea of nothing here. It's kind of a very quiet section. Basically, we have the one bridge. There's another bridge we're going to take a look at, which is actually interesting because it's made out of concrete. Ties in with some of the concrete structures we've looked at on this line. And then there's Lincoln Station, which isn't really much to look at. But other than that, there's not really anything of note on this line, or on this section, sorry. And again, you're kind of going through the swamp, so there's no real kind of neat geography to look at. Rock cuts, you name it, right? You're just kind of weaving your way through this stuff. Just want to make sure we get the bike. There she be. Okay, let's hold up here for a second so I can get myself all organized with the bike, and then we'll continue on.